Welcome to the Poundcast, Brent.
Hi.
As always, this week's show is brought to you by LouisvilleVeganFoods.com. Go to LouisvilleVeganFoods.com, get your jerky, get your chocolates, get your toppings, and use the code word Poundcast and get 20% off your entire order.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
You can even get it at the store if you want. If you dare go to Whole Foods or Sprouts. They are our sponsor, and that's kind of making me hungry.
Yeah, man, I'm hungry. You can get different flavors of jerky they have, such as perfect pepperoni and South Carolina barbecue, or just Carolina barbecue. It covers both North and South.
I mean, you know the drill.
This jerky managed to unify the Carolinas into one Carolina. Now that's
just
pretty cool.
One Carolina, and also Dakota. Come up with a more original name for one of them, or just make it be one Dakota. You know how like there's 50 states, but then, Puerto Rico might be a state because it is an American territory or whatever they have, but it's not really a state. But 50 is such a nice number. Why don't they just take one of these north souths, make it be one, then it's down to 49, add Puerto Rico back to 50.
Right.
I'm solving problems here.
Also, how about, here's a thing for Louisville vegan jerky. How about they make a Dakota flavor and call it Dakota something? You know what I mean? In the same way that you did Carolina barbecue, Dakota Szechuan or something like that.
Or no, like something Dakota-esque. I mean, right. I don't know what Dakota, no offense if anyone's from there, but I don't really know what they're known for. Maybe like
from Mount Rushmore, South Dakota is.
Right, but I mean, as far as food, I don't know.
Cheese curds. Maybe they're known for cheese curds. Maybe. I mean, cheese curds are big in Madison, in Wisconsin.
That's a Wisconsin thing,
right? So, but maybe cheese could be big in Dakota too. So a cheesy flavor of jerky.
How about like a generic, a new thing that doesn't exist, like Dakota spray or something? Like Dakota
spray,
Dakota fire, and it's just kind of spicy, kind of,
Dakota chili.
I bet prairie dogs live out there. They can shape them like prairie dogs.
Dakota dogs.
Dakota dog flavor. So basically the point is, check out our sponsor, LouisvilleVeganFoods.com, and use the code word Poundcast. Another thing you can do if you want to support our show is sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/Poundcast. Every show we do a bonus episode, a longer half hour to an hour of each episode. We keep going, and usually by the time of the episode's done, that's when we're really warmed up, and that's when the pure spray happens, right, Brent?
Pure spray.
It's just pure spray.
There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
You definitely want to check that out.
You got anything you want to promote?
Well, I'll just say that, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/The
Poundcast.
The Poundcast.
That's correct.
There's also an Instagram account and a Twitter account that is The Poundcast as well.
That's correct.
And also, I want to mention this because we didn't mention it at the end of the episode. I just want to mention a thank you to our helpers, Chloe Bonilla, Jack Birch, and Jackie Montana. They help us out with the episodes and the clips and things like that.
That's the Poundcast team
That's the Poundcast team.
That's our team. So thanks to our team.
Thanks to the team. And that's about it. I think we can crack. We got Johnny Pemberton on.
I think that's about it. Yeah, we're just hanging out with our friend Johnny today, and we talked about his name.
We talked about his name. We talked about different kind of houses. Different theme houses.
Oh yeah, different kind of haunted houses. And some of them aren't haunted, but they're scary. Scary houses.
Scary houses. Fun houses as well. And we talked about. There was something else we talked about too. Cars in the After Dark.
Well, that's in the After Dark. Play the car game in the After Dark section. So you want to check that out.
I don't know. We talked about a lot of different things. You check it out. You have fun. Unless, and as far as we have a theme song remix. So usually every episode or so, we get user submitted remixes of theme songs from the Poundcast theme song. And this one comes to us from somebody named Victor.
And what's the remix called?
It doesn't have a name, it doesn't seem. Or it seems it does seem that it doesn't have a name. So, yeah, Victor.
All right. Thank you, Victor. Yeah, if you're on our Patreon, you'll get the access to the stems and you can make your own remix. So that's another little bonus for you.
Victor might have done a remix of the old one, and this is a remix of the new one.
Ah, interesting. Cool. Well, let's run the remix, and then we're going to hang out with Johnny, see what happens.
Let's see what happens. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Roll the clip. Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about too? Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends. And Doug and Brent talking on the Poundcast. And we're rolling. What's up, Johnny?
Hey.
Welcome to the Poundcast. Now your name is John. You're not a Johnathan, right?
No, I'm not a Johnathan.
That's crazy. That's exactly what I was going to... Before you were even in here, Doug, I said to him, hi, John, when it was just me and Johnny. And I said, I have a question. I had some stuff I'm going to talk to you about, but I want to save it for the podcast. And in my mind, I was thinking, I want to ask him about his name. Right. Johnathan, if he ever had gone by Johnathan before, or, just John. That's crazy that you thought the same thing.
That's crazy that you guys did not plan this.
It's not that crazy.
It is, because we've known him for a while. Why wouldn't we have asked them that in the past? It's crazy, the coincidence that we both thought to ask him about Johnathan the same day.
Maybe because you guys have asked me so much stuff, it's like the last thing to ask is like, well, I guess we can ask him if he's a John or a Johnathan.
So what is it?
It's John, baby.
Well, I know this, and I was going to ask him about that. It's not John. It's not Johnathan. He's could be one of the few Johns, like on your license or your official paperwork. It just says John.
I think I'm actually in the majority. There's less Jonathans than there are Johns.
I think maybe in the future people should have like short names, and then like their nickname is their longer one.
Well, that's what Pimple is, basically. Pimple is kind of an elongated version of Pimp. I mean, that's what I was thinking when I came up with it.
It also sounds cool, Pimple.
Well, Johnny, where do we start? What have you been up to, man?
I've been all over the place. I've been just really grinding it.
Did you get Did you get the vax yet?
So I got part 1, yeah.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Because you're working on a show, or are you a
no? They don't give
child
it to you
care
for
worker
working on
now?
a show. No, it's because I have my bowel issues qualifies.
Oh,
me.
you have a
Really?
health condition.
Yeah, it's considered an immune issue. And even then, I don't think they didn't ask me about it. They're not actually not allowed to ask you. I think my voice just almost made like a fart sound by accident. I almost went. They're not allowed to ask you.
Well, it's part of the bowel thing.
Yeah, it works out.
You know how some languages have like clicks and stuff,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
And some languages use different parts of the mouth that English doesn't use, like the back of the throat. Who uses the? That's kind of like a Middle Eastern thing.
I think it's also a French thing, like a. You could say français. Je suis.
Well,
what
I'm getting at is that I don't think there's any languages that use the like.
We gotta start that. What's your name? My name is Johnny, but my real name is actually Johnathan. It's Johnathan. It's actually. Well, my name is spelled John, but it's actually. That's. It's pronounced.
Imagine a language that was just really foreign,
Or if like J was replaced, like sometimes it's J, just sometimes it's My name is Johnathan.
My name is
Good.
On. Hi, my name
On.
is.
Hello, my name is On.
Hi, I'm picking up an order for On. Last name's Pemberton.
You know how like certain languages are called like romantic languages or something?
Right.
What is that? Like French and Spanish?
Yeah, all those languages.
Italian.
Are based in Latin,
Italian.
right?
Italian,
else
all the
is in
Latin.
Italiano,
Latin-based.
Espanol, Francese,
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
And then like German is like not.
It's
It's
Germanic.
not romantic at all.
It's
No,
Germanic.
It's Germanic. It's not romantic.
But what's our language going to be called?
It's gonna be called
That's
Platonic.
on some other tip. It's not even European, you know what I
It's
mean? It's on some
Platonic.
other tip. It's Platonic, yeah.
yeah, it's a Platonic language.
It
just friends.
uses all the sounds. How about that? It's omni. It's omni.
Omni,
We call it
omnionic.
omni. It uses
Well,
every sound. Every
Okay, I'm
part of the
thinking
mouth.
this is just an English dialect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we start saying things with fart in them.
What about also?
Oh yeah.
It's
Well, have you seen that video of the French guys going like?
The music video.
Well, there's that guy.
It's so funny.
Well, there's the
I like
singer,
it.
but I think it within the Russian language it's a thing. I don't think
Really?
that. Yeah, I've seen there's a
Oh.
video of like all these guys. They look like they're in a choir and they're going.
Well,
Really?
isn't
How-
there that video of the guy who? Didn't we use the music? You used the music in something from something, right?
Yeah, I'm saying he's not the first one to do that. There's
Yeah.
other older Russian videos of men singing using that.
Technique.
It's a great technique. It just inspires you right away. You're like, is that a bird? It sounds too big to be a bird. It's got a great sound.
Oh, Johnny, I posted on. Speaking of bird,
Huh?
I posted on the
Birdstagram?
the Discord that you're going to be here,
Okay.
and somebody says years ago they saw you at a backyard comedy show set up by Andrew Michon,
That's right. I remember this.
and you were on stage. Well, okay, this person is alleging that you were fucked up, and you were tripping out about some birds up in a tree.
I was fucked up, meaning like, what does that mean? Fucked up? Like I
Means
was.
you had very dark thoughts and you were
Like I was
kinda just messed
wasted?
up.
Well,
No,
it
just
said it definitely wasn't a bit. He was just tripping on stage. It stands out because everyone was like, he wasn't joking. Was that real, or do you remember this? Like birds
Yeah,
in a tree?
I remember it very vividly because it was a great show. I had a great set, and I was kind of stoned. It was the middle of the day, like middle of the afternoon. I usually don't perform stoned, but I was stoned for some reason. And I was having a great time, and I was talking about the trees out there because I know a lot about trees. I was talking about the trees. And I was also talking about the birds because I had some joke about a guy who's like, imagine if your superpower was the ability to summon up to 12 crows, like just to have them appear. And I think that I was talking about birds then, but I've had people reference this set many, many times. Everyone who's there, who was at that show references this set to me all the time for some reason. But I've never heard someone say it was quote unquote I was fucked up. I wasn't like slurring or something like that. I wasn't like falling over. I think I was kind of stoned and being silly. And it was a great set. It wasn't like something where people are like, dude, this is fucking weird. What's he on here? I mean, I've been doing stand-up for long enough to know like what a bomb is. And it definitely was nothing. It wasn't even on the bomb. If bombing's like, like a bell curve where like shades of gray to 100% bomb and 0% bomb, it wasn't even over the 50% mark in terms of that. So well, I don't know what they're saying exactly, but it is funny that people remember that set so much.
Yeah, it's one of those sets that people. It sounds like it was a successful set because people
think
are
it
referencing it to this day. They keep telling.
legendary.
Legendary.
crazy.
Legendary.
I would say,
set.
you know what? If you like that set, join me on Twitch. Join me on twitch.tv/justmynipples because we have a ball on there. It's almost like that set.
When do you do that?
I do it every Monday for sure. It's 6 p.m. And then I also usually do it on Thursdays and the weekend too. But I kind of have been trying to stream more. It's just, stuff happens.
I got a question going back to the name.
Right.
When did you start going by Johnny?
I think as long as I can remember. I think my mom probably called me that as a kid. So.
And you just why did you never, did you ever go through a phase where you said, oh, I don't want to be called Johnny anymore. That sounds, I'm an adult now. I want to be John, or something.
I thought about
like
trying to be JP for a while. I also thought about trying to be Jack, but it just didn't stick.
Why did you think about those?
I mean, doesn't every kid kind of think I think I want to be Charles now. I want to be LQ.
So did you go by John at certain points when you introduced yourself? You said, "Hi, I'm John."
I feel like, I don't know, man. Maybe I had the first girlfriend I ever had. She always called me John, and I hated it because she was like, I'm like, that just makes me. That's my dad's name is John.
How old were you when you had your first girlfriend?
Probably maybe 16. I don't know. It was actually maybe older. I was not a what do you call it, a late bloomer.
Your dad is John also. So what about you being called Junior?
I'm not actually Junior. I'm the third.
Oh my God.
So technically, I could be Trip. I could be Trip, baby.
Well, you could still be. You're still a junior though, even though you're the third.
No.
Really, you can't be called Junior?
No, because you're not. If you're not Junior, you're not.
What
junior.
do they call a person when there's a third? They the third, right?
They call them Trip. I'm not kidding. If you know someone named Trip, it's because they're the third. It's like, oh, that's John Harry Williams the third. We just call him Trip.
That's not
Yes,
true.
it is, man. It's fucking,
dude. You should be called Trip.
Okay, start calling me Trip.
Trip Pemberton?
But if you call someone Trip, they have to show up in khaki shorts and loafers and just be late to stuff, always buzzed on a Coors Light. Oh man, I crashed a golf cart again. God damn it. Oh, Trip.
Trip. Or maybe you're ruminating on birds in the tree and stuff,
Yeah, because I'm tripping
on a Sunday
out.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Trip. Oh, that's Trip P.
Oh, that's Trip, man. He's always tripping.
They would have been like, that set was normal for Trip.
Should I start going by my new name be Trippy P?
Trippy P. It could be Trippy P, and then also you could be
Trippy P.
known as TP also.
TP, but that's toilet paper. I don't want to be toilet paper. I want to be Trippy P.
That's what it is. It's both. It's like, oh, does that mean toilet paper? No, it means Trippy P.
How about because my middle name starts with a D, what if I'm TDP? Or if I'm TD Pemberton?
Interesting.
TD Pemberton. Like TD Ameritrade, TD Pemberton.
Or you could just be Trippy D. That sounds kind of cool.
I like Trippy D.
I think your name should be Trippy. Trippy. If you insisted people call you that, and then say you got really famous, and people had to say your name,
yeah,
wouldn't that be just the best troll?
Gotta be the greatest.
That'd be funny.
People are talking about. Let's say you're say Trump was like, look, my name is Trump, or whatever, Trump. If he said, please call me Trump, and then on Fox News every night it's Hannity going, President Trump, he lowered our taxes again or whatever,
I'd be into it.
That's interesting. That's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
Kind of how, Sting, when he started going by Sting, and, people create nicknames for themselves, or Prince, when Prince had the symbol, right?
Did Sting create Sting?
I don't know how that, apparently it's short for interesting.
Well,
no, it's not, is it?
That's my joke.
That's terrible.
That's Doug's joke.
Interesting. Oh.
That's
you know how Prince went by a symbol?
Yeah.
That'd be cool if someone at that level was just
that's what I'm saying.
Or P. Diddy or whatever. They're
that's what I was just, wait, that's
now I'm called.
That's crazy. I don't know if you heard me say Prince earlier, but I had said it earlier. I said, Prince with the symbol, but then I was about to say Sean Combs going by P. Diddy, and then you did that too. That's, man.
Well, I talked about it last week about that rapper named Biggie Smalls, who's a white boy.
Right.
Is there a guy named Biggie Smalls?
Yeah, and then that's why Notorious B.I.G. changed his name
to Notorious.
There's another rapper called Biggie Smalls.
That was a long time ago, though, huh?
He changed it.
Yeah.
He should have changed his name to Notorious B.I.G. or whatever. B.I.G.
Notorious Plology.
So that would be a really interesting thing, is to make people, you say, no, my name is this, and whatever, and you have to make people say it.
But dude, if you're a comedian, I think any one of us should just change their name to like, who's on the show tonight? Well, Brent Weinbach,
We got.
Tripp, and
I have an alternate story that goes with this. When I did my last time I was in Montreal, I had a show.
People are already laughing. Sorry, Johnny.
I tried to make my show in Montreal called not a name, but the emoji of an upside down smiley face.
And what happened?
That was printed that way, but that's how it was on the flyer, was just an upside down smiley face. Oh. But they can't really write that out everywhere, so they just call the upside down smiley face in parentheses.
Well, okay. Prince was onto something with the symbol.
Yeah.
But like, if it's also a sound, like, what would be the sound? If I changed my name to, like, what would be the image?
How do you write that?
Yeah, how do you write that?
I think it would have to be the poop emoji.
No, because it's not poop. It's just a sound.
Yeah, how do you write a sound?
You draw it. You decide what it is.
I guess
it's in your power to decide what that is, because Prince drew that symbol, right?
You create the symbol.
Yeah.
You create the symbol for, and it actually, imagine people having to introduce you at a show like that. All right.
Wait, I got some ideas here.
The pi symbol is pretty good. The pi symbol is good.
The pi symbol is option P.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's option F? Oh, look.
Did you guys see the Grammys? How many people?
Option F and then option P.
That's
my name.
But that's function pi. People would think, oh, function pi.
Well, they can think that all they want, but they can also kiss my ass.
Here's how you do it, because Prince derived, I think, the symbol from combining the male and the female symbols.
Yeah.
So what you can do is combine function with pi, so that the F is sort of in the middle of the pi. Then that could be.
And your first album could be, we're just trying to function.
Imagine someone getting introduced that way.
Fart.
Well, that looks like fart. This isn't even something people can see even on the video, but
that's why I said to type it out, you just you press function.
Oh, right.
Are people going to see this video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they do. They see this video?
Some people can if they want.
See, I was going to tell you guys, this is technique I do now on Zoom, is I turn off self-view.
Oh, why that?
Because it makes you unaware of yourself. So you're not, because if you can see your reflection all the time, it's like standing in front of a fucking mirror, And so you're aware of what you look like all the time. You have to think about that, even though maybe you're not really caring about it.
That's a good idea. How do I turn that off?
You go to the right-hand corner.
Doug. I mean, don't do it, Doug, because you're not going to be seen on the video.
I'm recording it, so I'm trapped.
I wonder if that's
Johnny.
Right.
I generally am looking at whoever's talking whenever.
I know you are, but I think that maybe, I mean, this is a personal thing. I think some people, like, I'm a kind of, I grew up as a kid, like, always playing in front of the mirror, like doing faces and sounds and stuff. So I think for me, there's always like an attraction to the mirror. So if I see it, it's distracting to me if I can see myself.
I hear that. I mean, I glance over sometimes.
Yeah.
But I definitely played in front of the mirror as well, doing faces and stuff.
Yeah.
But generally, I actually make a specific effort to pay attention to, try to look at the thing.
But now you don't got to make that effort.
Right, that's true. I do, and by the way, sometimes I do hide self, actually.
I love hiding self. I insist upon it now.
I also used to look in the mirror and do funny faces for like hours on end. I'm wondering if every kid did that, or
probably,
or if people that got into comedy did that more.
I bet it's definitely people who are into comedy did it more, because it's just fun, It's like free. You don't have to worry about anyone judging you, but you can like come up with a dumb thing. My dad had this cool ass closet that had closet doors that would fold, right, and they're mirrored, so you could like make it in the shape of a pie. I could have this thing where it's like I could see like 1,000 of myself. Know what I mean? Like a fun house. I used to sit in there for forever, just like watching oh man, it was so cool, because you could fold it into a triangle. So you'd be in a triangle of mirrors and you could see into infinity on all directions. And it was so trippy.
It's an interesting thought,
Trippy
though.
P.
I wonder about people who, well, yeah, go ahead.
let's design a fun house. Like if you were in charge of a carnival, Johnny,
Yeah.
you got to be your Trip, right? You're running the fun house.
Trippy
You
PH
designed
Carnival.
it. You designed it, and you could do, the sky's the limit with the budget. What would be like the weirdest thing to send people into?
Damn.
Because like right now, it's kind of like I went to one. I guess it was 2019 before the pandemic. There was the the county fair, and I think I mentioned this before, but this blew away Disneyland.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much more fun.
God damn.
It was like you get into this fun house, and it's clearly like a semi truck. It was like all packed in there, but then they like it folds out like into a fun house.
Yeah, I've
You know
been
what
in
I mean?
those.
And it had the part where the floor kind of does this. It's shaking around, and then there's one where the floor is like on a conveyor belt, kind of, and you have to kind of like try to keep your balance. And I think they had the mirrors. I'm just wondering, like, what else? If there was no safety regulations, or what would be like the freakiest, like, funnest, like, thing you could make?
Okay. Well,
Brent, go ahead.
The one thing could be cool is a floor that had fans on underneath it, so that it kind of hovered you up, so you go into that room and you're hovered. I mean, you maybe need to wear something that sort of flappy type of outfit so that you can be floating, but
Like a squirrel suit?
Yeah, squirrel suit. Yeah.
And no skirts without panties.
Yeah, well, or whatever. It's adult. It's an adult.
You
It's
could do
adult.
no panties.
You could go in the
For
adult
adults.
door or not. I think in the adult door, you know how in at Disneyland you go into that castle,
Yeah.
and then there's that part where like there's ghosts next to you,
It's a haunted mansion.
right? You can see them. You're like, well, there's a ghost sitting in my little car with
Yeah.
me. What if in the adult one, you look at yourself in the mirror and you have a big old dong,
Or you got a tiny dong, like a micro.
like a micro?
Or you've got like a
Yeah, it
different-
looks like you're naked and you have a micro.
Or you have a different gent than you say you have on the form you fill out. If you fill out a form and you say male, female, in between, does not answer, whatever you fill out before you go in, it's different in the mirror.
Yeah, there you go.
Or you have double dongs. If you have a regular dong, if you have a puss, you have like a pussy and a dong, and the dong is going into the puss.
See, now we're talking, dude.
Johnny,
Sounds like a great fun house.
Johnny, you know that you can, since your initials are DP, you could be Johnny DP, by the way.
Yeah, Johnny, director of photography.
Or, well, no, I was thinking Johnny Double Penetration. I mean,
Okay.
for this house, if you're going to be the creator
Yeah.
of this house,
Have you guys ever asked a stranger about if they ever done finger cuffs?
The Chinese finger trap?
Yeah, if you were just asked this random stranger, like, excuse me, have you ever done finger cuffs?
I've never done that.
Yeah, I never have either, but I think it would be a fun thing to do.
Wait, so add that to the fun house?
Yes, but it's just the question. It's not actually double P. It's a creepy guy who asks you, excuse me, have you ever done finger cuffs?
Okay, so that's like, okay, so we got,
Johnny, you were raising your hand earlier about an idea for the house.
I think,
I was not.
No, I was raised.
Johnny
earlier.
was.
Yeah.
I said Johnny. I said.
oh,
I think it was more of a question because I feel like if you have if you have no limits to what you can do, it's almost like, well, then how's it even a fun house? It's like you could.
Yeah,
do
it's got to be
anything.
affordable, right?
well, I'm just trying to open it up to possibilities here.
Right.
You
I think
know.
the ultimate fun house would be a way to suspend a ball of water in midair so you could swim from you could stand underneath it, jump up, get inside the water ball and swim around it and pop to the top and like come out. You know what I mean? Like somehow, you know how a droplet of water, like a small droplet, looks like a little ball because of surface tension? Imagine if that was like gigantic, like the size of like an RV, but it's a globule of water that you can pop into and come out of. That would be the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, Brent.
How about this? You go in. There's just how fun house. It's a twist. It's a sort of elevated, highbrow twist on the mirror room in a fun house. There's one mirror. It has a gold frame, and you you have to go in alone, and you stare at yourself in the mirror, and you just stand there. If you stand there for 10 seconds just staring and not doing anything, your face changes in the reflection, and it reveals to be your true self.
Like, what do you mean, like your true self? Like, what you actually look like?
It like Atreyu, you know, if you're Bastion,
Right.
and you look in the mirror, it shows Atreyu. So in this case, you know, you look at yourself and then you just sort of see who you really are.
Well, maybe now you got me thinking about some like real haunted house kind of shit.
Sounds kind of heavy.
So what if you go into this house and there's you are in there? You know, like somehow they make it's such a realistic hologram or
Doppelganger.
A doppelganger, and they come up and talk to you, but then they act like whenever you acted like the worst in your life, like they did the most embarrassing thing you've ever done.
This sounds terrible, guys.
You get to watch yourself do it.
This sounds like the worst. This sounds like a fun house. It sounds like a hell house.
Well, I
sounds
thought
like the worst thing ever.
I have this idea for the ultimate haunted house. I want to do this, but it costs a lot of money to do. This is something I've been wanting to do for years now.
GoFundMe.
Maybe, but this, I don't know how much this would cost to make, but for the month of October, the entire month of October, I want to create a thing called Gangster House, where, because I was thinking, this is what I thought. I thought when you go into a haunted house, touch you, the people, the actors.
Start again.
We lost you. You go into a haunted house.
When you go into a haunted house, the actors there get pretty aggressive and they come really close to you and they invade your personal space kind of. Mm-hmm. And I bet when gangsters go into those houses, the actors they don't get too aggressive with the gangsters, I think, you know? And then I thought, well, you know what would be, in a way, the gangsters are scarier than the ghouls or whatever is in the house. So then I thought, it would be maybe a scary haunted house. It's not haunted, but it's Gangster House. And you go in and there's all these different types of gangsters in the house and they're really intimidating and they get really close to you in your personal space and they threaten you and stuff. They threaten that they're going to hurt you, be violent with you. And a variety of different gangsters, cholos, you know, mobster kind of guys, mafia guys, and whatever, yakuzas.
This sounds like
just
something I've seen before.
different kind of gangsters. Well, I'm saying it's almost like Gangster Party Line, but it's an extension of that. Where for the whole month of October, it's like you want to get spooked, go to the Gangster House, and
Brent, you should set this up, man. I think it actually would not be that expensive because you'd make money off it.
It would.
You can pay
here's
those
the problem.
guys.
Well, here's the problem. There's a lot of other logistical problems too. What about real gangsters that want to go to the house? I mean, fights could break out. I mean, I'd be afraid of what,
tough.
You know, kind of, you know, I don't know what can happen. You know, things might happen. Fights could break out. And but I think you'd have to there'd have to be major security at the house. So you'd have to pay for security. Like you'd have to pat people down to make sure nobody was bringing any weapons into the house.
They weren't packing.
Yeah. And then you'd have to, you know, I don't know. You just have to have security watching everything to make sure nothing is getting crazy in there.
It probably wouldn't be worth it. I think you're right.
But
Brent, I think, you know, they would be paid to offer an experience. So it's not, you wouldn't have to worry about the security. This is all part of a show. It's just very realistic. Like you have to buy maybe a baggie of drugs from one of them. Or you don't have the money, and you know you go into the mafia one. They're like, "Where's my?" You owe them. You have a gambling debt with them.
What the fuck are you doing on here, huh? What are you doing back here?
And then they take another guy, and they're like, "He didn't pay his debt. Look what we're gonna do to him." And then they like put his head in a vice.
I told you not to fucking come back here. Then you had the money.
Yeah. Then they they're about to beat you up, and then you just make it out alive, and then you're in the next house. Pretty much like. You owe every one of the gangsters' monies.
Well, the way that these ghouls come up to you, just they get so close and they're really kind of harassing you. That's something that I think makes haunted houses really disturbing, is that they not only do they invade your personal space, but they don't stop either. They don't leave you alone, you know? And I thought, imagine that, but it's like thug. That would be interesting and scary too, because it's not even supernatural. It's
what about this?
life.
What about this haunted house? You go into a house, right? It's a nice house. You're a suburban upper class citizen, right? And you're just relax. You go in, you relax. You're relaxing. You get to your most relaxed. You take your shoes off. You're watching TV. All of a sudden, the FBI raids it,
Ooh,
and you're wanted for some kind of serious white collar crime.
What about child murder?
Right. You're
That's
like
bad.
they're coming after you like you are a pedo or like a murderer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or you mail fraud or whatever. Like they come in, they smash the door down, they ram it down. FBI agents come everywhere. Wouldn't that be a scary house?
I have an idea for a scary house.
Oh,
okay. Go ahead, Brent.
I just wanted to say one
rebuttal.
One little section for the Gangster House is the last part of it is you go to prison. There's a prison section, and it's like all these inmates are all up on you, like hardcore. It's scary as hell.
That's
well, my house does that too. FBI house does that too.
By the way,
scared straight, baby.
You have to pay these actors.
You get fully arrested, and they hog tie you, and then they take you, and then they drive you to prison. In my house,
I got a good one. I got a really good one. Okay, what happens is you're in like a normal room. You're waiting, and you have to go one at a time. They let you into a room, and you're like waiting in there, and then all of a sudden a light turns. You can open this door to go into another room. To open the door, as soon as you open the door, it's someone who's sitting on the toilet in a very well-lit bathroom. They're like, "What are you doing? Get out of here! Get out of here! I'm taking this shit." You're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And you have to leave. You go to another door, and then the next room you go into, it's the same thing. It's like, "I'm taking a shit, get out of here." And every room you go into is someone taking a shit who's yelling at you for coming in the bathroom. That's all it is. Until you have to take a shit, and then they start coming in on you, and you're taking a shit.
Oh, that's maybe the most scary one.
Where they force you to take a shit. It's like you have to take a shit now, and it's okay. And as soon as the poop starts coming out, the whole tour of the haunted house comes in.
And the haunted house is like a bunch of stalls, and there's no doors on them, and you have to pick one.
It's like this.
That's a good haunted house.
It's sort of self makes itself in a way. So the visitor of the haunted house, they eventually by the end of it end up being part of the cast, and then they, you know what I mean, and until someone takes their place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Where you're knocking on doors and somebody's in there, and then you become the person who's in there.
It's like It Follows.
Yeah.
Sort of like It Follows, I guess.
But what about some kind of, what would be scary is if you're just in a stall sitting, and then someone's banging on the door.
Oh, that's the worst. I hate it.
It's just, actually, okay, maybe this is the haunted house. It's just this one's affordable too, or to make. I mean, it's a stall, or it's even like a porta potty even. And you charge, $5 or whatever. Someone sits in there, and you just hear really loud banging on the door, like banging, 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 and then you start hearing banging all over the whole thing.
Well, the scary part is when you really have to poo, and you're trying to get it out and finish up in time to get out.
Maybe that makes you go poo.
So
I can do it. I can handle it.
I think for Johnny's house or either one of these, when you're waiting in line, they put like this like sensor on you. And it seems like the line is really long, but they're just waiting until you really got to poo.
Oh my God.
And then they're like, creepy. Okay, come on in. And you're like, can I go to the bathroom? And they're like, no, this is perfect. Get in here.
Or no, what they say is the bathroom's right this way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you think
that's what it is.
You think you're in line for the haunted house, but then the real haunted house is in the bathroom.
Yeah. And it's like number 2 only. You can't pee. You have to do poo.
Hey, do you guys want to go to a haunted bathroom for Halloween?
Yeah.
That's how you know what I mean? That becomes the new terminology, haunted bathroom.
Okay, we figure that out. Well,
what about gangster bathroom?
I think gangster anything is going to work out for you.
You walk in on a gangster and he's going poo and stuff.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, what are you doing in here?
It's Tony. Hey, I'm taking fucking shit. I'm Tony. Here. Paulie, what the fuck?
Don't ever walk on me when I'm taking a crap.
That would be cool if you're in the Sopranos haunted house. That would be a good haunted house.
That would be good, actually. I think people would, but honestly, if you could license that, people would pay a lot of money for a Sopranos haunted house. I mean, they would pay a shitload. Think about that. What you could do is you could actually just have it be called the Italian-American Gangster Television Show Haunted House. And you have guys who look like Chris, look like Paulie, look like Silvio. Because it's not hard to do an impression of any of those guys because they're so distinctive, you know? You just hire people who look like them. Now, Silvio's like, what the fuck are you doing here? This is the wrong fucking room to be in.
You just go like, 1-to-1.
I told Polly to fucking knock that shit off.
See, no, I know. You're at, it's like at the Bada Bing or whatever their office is, you know.
The Bada Bing is the best.
You know when they're like all hanging out and Tony's smoking a cigar and he's got his feet up on the desk and the other guys are eating sandwiches. You go in that room, right? And they're all just like, oh, who's this? The fuck are you doing in here? And then they grab you and they throw you up against the fridge or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the one. Maybe it could just be a room within a haunted house. The Sopranos room.
You see, I want to get a TV show where it's the concept of the show is I just get money to do projects like this, create kind of big public consumption type projects like Gangster House or whatever. There's other projects that I want to make with money.
Do it on YouTube, and if you do like a lot of those YouTube guys, as their audience build, they make more money. Some of those guys, that their whole YouTube channel, they make money by being like, okay guys, I'm about to spend $50,000 on sandals at this store, and we're gonna let them on fire at Jeremy's house. So they make a bunch of money because the video tag is like $50,000 on sandals. Like the whole thing is video. It's like it's clickbait shit. But
Gangster House would cost, I feel like $1 million to make.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, because you'd have to build the house. You have to build the maze or whatever, and then you have to pay these actors tons of actors.
Start small. You do it at someone's house. You start small. It's like a home. You know about home haunts?
But you have to find the right actors for it that are willing, people who look intimidating, can act intimidating, and you got to hire security too. You got to make sure everything's cool.
You can do it. You have people sign a waiver or two, and you have like automatic guns in all the corners that will say, "This gun will fire on you if you."
There's turrets in there.
Yeah, turrets.
That would be an interesting house too. Military house. Oh, how about military house where you go in and there's a drill instructor and he's just yelling at you hardcore.
That's actually kind of a real thing, Brent. You know that? There's a really cool documentary about home haunting. There's this guy in San Diego who does a haunt.
Oh, I know McCamey or something like that.
Yeah, that
right?
guy. And it's not
McCamey's Manor,
where he doesn't really so much haunt you as you sign up to get abused and tortured by this guy. People love
totally went down the rabbit hole with that one one night. Just read so much stuff about it. It's so weird.
So cool. It's so interesting.
It's 8 hours, by the way.
Oh, I bet it's. I thought it was a full day, man. I thought it was like a full.
Yeah, 8 hours. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like 24. Like you have, they wear you down. They make you cry and shit.
Yeah, they waterboard you apparently, and they can touch you. That's part of it. They're allowed to touch you.
They can stick a pencil up your pee hole. They can spray water jets in your ane.
And I think they shove like worms in your mouth or something
and
like that.
Shit too. Like put like feces in your face and stuff. It's like really gross.
It's hard. It's the most hardcore haunted house, except it's not even. It just seems like the guy is a sadist or something, and it's just some sort of thing where if you want to, in a masochistic way, do it. And they showed these guys going in there. There were these brothers who were, or I don't know if they're brothers or friends, but they were thrill seekers, and they couldn't handle it. They couldn't finish the 8-hour house. And so it showed them kind of just, I think, crying and stuff and saying, oh, we can't handle it and stuff,
I think people like it, though. People do.
I don't know. It sounds so crazy.
They do. A lot of people love it because it's like they want to get, super blasted. They want to get abused because they're masochists. Not masochists. What's it called when you want someone to...
Masochists.
Hurt you? Okay, what's it called when someone wants to hurt someone?
Sadist.
Okay, so I think it's like that perfect thing where it's like the McCamey guy gets off on torture, and the people who pay to get this done to them get off on being tortured. You know.
And you know what's you know what the other part that's so crazy, Doug? Guess how much it costs? What the entry is?
Oh, it's expensive, right?
$1,000.
No, it's basically free. It's 2 cans of dog food or something like that.
Oh, is it? It's a donation.
Or it's like a can of dog food or something like that.
That's even scarier because it's like the guy's doing it out of the joy of.
I think also that makes it so. It makes it like it's like a loophole.
How about this one? How about this house? You go camping. You're in a tent, and then your friend, whoever you're camping with, is like, "I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back." And it's pitch black. You're out in the middle of nowhere. All you hear is like them scream, "Ah, no!" Ah! And then you're in the tent by yourself, and then the tent just gets blasted with light, and then the tent kind of rips away, and an alien ship abducts you. It's an alien haunted tent, and then you get into their ship.
And then they
Is it a
experiment
real
on you?
ship?
They probe.
Do they probe? Do they probe Johnny DP style or?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the movie called Butt Boy?
No, sir. What's that?
It's on Amazon. It's a movie that came out last year. It's an indie movie. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Really?
Butt Boy?
It's so funny. It's so good. You gotta watch it.
Is it supposed to be funny?
Yes. It's everything about it's great. It's like a classic, you don't know any of the actors in there. It's an original story. It's really weird and funny, and it's just like they just pulled it off, man. They just made this thing that is it's such a great story. It's so weird and so funny, and the way they shot it is great. Man, it's so fucking great. It's about a guy who puts stuff up his ass, but it's kind of supernatural. I mean, it's really good, man. I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it.
Really?
I need
Wow.
to
Butt Boy.
I need to check this out. It looks it's not what I thought it was going to look like. Yeah, it looks like a legit. It says a thriller comedy.
Yeah, it is so funny. There's some stuff in there that I'm jealous that I didn't think of. It's just really funny. Like just some of the lines are just so stupid.
70% critics, 66% audience.
Well, I don't have to tell you. I think a lot of people don't like anything.
I don't
that has to do with
trust.
butt.
Don't worry, I don't trust Rotten Tea.
Rotten Tea. If someone has a low Rotten Tea, I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm in.
Yeah, Doug and I saw a movie that was rated at 95% on there, and we did not care for it. I'm not going to say what it is, but
Can you please say what it is?
but
Why
we
not?
Give me a
I don't want
hint.
to talk crap, but
Talk crap.
Give me a hint, Brent.
Talk crap.
just think to the past. I don't know.
The past. Wait,
We saw it. Well, I'll just say this: we saw it at the ArcLight, and I'll say this: we thought it was hilarious that at the ArcLight they showed the costumes from the movie
Right.
on display at the ArcLight. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Well, the costumes in this movie are just ordinary clothes.
like a sweatshirt and some khakis.
Yeah, it's nothing special. And then they had those clothes on display in the lobby.
So what
And we
movie
just thought
were
that
they
was really
from?
ridiculous.
Just
It
say
wasn't
what
just
it is.
Will you
What?
save it for the bonus time?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I can just actually tell you in
The
this
chat.
chat thing here.
Okay.
Brent never wants to talk crap about anything, but what if I say it?
No,
I'm
Hey,
kind of
no.
I'm kind of pro not talking crap.
I don't talk crap. I'm not trying to talk crap. I'm trying
But is
not
it-
to talk crap.
Is it because we know people?
Well,
and
that's
maybe
just
probably-
a frustrating thing for the listeners to hear. You talk
Well,
about a movie.
No, I'm
and
just saying. Here's what I'm saying.
not
My
say
point-
what, and I'm not going
No,
to say
whatever.
what it is.
They don't care. It doesn't matter what movie it was. What matters is that you can't trust. You got to just see movies for yourself. That's the point. We saw it said 95.
You know what?
I don't even remember what it was called.
I don't even remember this movie, guys. Honestly, I don't even know what that is.
I'm looking at
there you
the
go.
title of this, and it was.
Yeah.
I don't even remember seeing it at all. Like
We saw it with a group of people. It was you and me.
it's a vague
Rachel Jackson and Michael
vague,
J.
vague
Star.
memory of. Yeah.
Bill Kidder and Jeremy.
Anyway,
It was in
Black
2013. 2013 was.
that's when we saw it. So that was a long time ago.
Dude, that's not even that's like ancient times.
That's way back.
I've never even seen that movie.
So
Oh, dude, I like this movie.
Sean asks a question.
I freaking love this movie, actually.
Really?
Yes, I really did. I love movies that are kind of basic like that. You know what I mean? I really do.
Yeah.
I even texted a guy we all know saying, loved it. Said, hey, man, I freaking love this movie.
Oh, really?
It's emotional. It's like, I just like it.
Dude, I don't think I saw this with you.
Yes, you did. Trust me.
No.
No, you didn't, guys, because it came out in 2020.
You did indeed.
I'm looking at the one from 2020, and I never saw this movie.
You did indeed see it. You did.
Brent, I never saw this film.
You fucking
The one from
seen
2020?
it. You did indeed.
What do you mean 2020?
There's a film with that title that you
Oh.
typed in from 2020. Now look.
Wow. Maybe you know why you don't like it, Brent? I'll tell you why. Because I'm not trying to say this in a bad way. I think because it deals with alcoholism. I think that's something that some certain people like yourself, you don't drink alcohol.
No,
I think it's like
dude, I really like Trees Lounge. It's not about movies about alcoholism are fine. I mean, like I said, Trees Lounge is a good movie, and that's.
I don't mean like them being good or bad. I think it's probably, the subject matter of certain films. Certain people can relate more to certain films than other people, right?
I don't love drug movies, no.
Okay.
But I like Trees Lounge a lot, and that's very much about alcoholism.
You ever see Smiley Face?
No.
Do you like Greg Araki's movies?
I
think he's fucking
they're
great.
interesting. I've seen Nowhere.
Did you see Mysterious Skin?
I've only seen Nowhere, actually.
See Mysterious Skin?
No.
That's good. It's got JGL is in it, and so is Marilyn Rice-Gub. That movie's fucking great. Mysterious Skin. It's kind of creepy though. It's actually it's about molestation and stuff.
That's a Greg Araki movie?
Yeah, it's really good though. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's just great.
What else did Greg Araki do?
He did Smiley Face. He did Doom Generation, which is probably his most famous movie, which is
Doom Generation is
outstanding. If you haven't seen Doom Generation, I feel like it's like a really important movie, because it's one of the first movies to kind of tackle that Gen X. It actually addresses Gen X party people in a way that's accurate and real. He kind of broke Rose McGowan too with that movie.
I've never seen it, but I had the soundtrack.
His stuff is really kind of trippy and stuff. It's
yeah.
Well, actually, maybe Doom Generation's not as crazy as Nowhere or something. But.
I auditioned for him once. It was really cool.
All right,
I took a community college class with one of the actors in Nowhere.
Really? Which one?
I don't remember his name.
How do you know?
I recognize his face and say, "Hey, you in that movie Nowhere?"
He was like, "Yeah."
He said, "Yeah, yeah." He's like, "That director he's an interesting director." He was saying.
Interesting.
Here's a deep question from Sean, if you guys want to hear it.
Ooh, I want to hear. I love questions. What is it?
What have been the benefits for you making comedy as a creative and spiritual practice? And do you think it's unique in that way?
Is that for all of us?
Yeah.
Wait, say it again.
What have been the benefits for you making comedy as a creative and spiritual practice? And do you think it's unique in that way?
Do I think it's unique in that way?
I don't even know how to answer it.
What have been the benefits?
What are the benefits?
The benefits is my entire goddamn life. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I'll probably
exactly.
be dead.
Yeah,
I'll
your whole
definitely
life.
be dead
your whole life
if
is a benefit.
Yeah, my entire life.
Yeah, but are there
is...
benefits as a creative and spiritual practice?
I think so. I think.
Do you feel like a happier person?
Yeah, it's a way of connecting.
Oh,
it's a way to connect. It's a way to connect to people in the world.
Do you know what I also say about comedy? I think is unique is that it's flexible. You can put it on anything. You could be like a musician and also do comedy. You could be a rock climber and be a comedian. You could be like, comedy can go on anything. It's like butter, you can like.
How do you be a comedy rock climber?
If you're a rock climber and your
like
content's all about rock.
If you were a rock climber, how would you
every time you grab a rock, every time you grab onto it, you make a sound. You know?
I mean, like your comedy is about rock climbing. Like it's about like this is a show for rock climbers, and you're all gonna get it because I'm gonna talk about ropes. I got rope jokes and stuff like that.
Funny.
You know?
Yeah, or he constantly makes jokes about boners, basically, or being hard. He's like, oh yeah, this one's hard like a rock, or it is a rock.
So
he's
I had
like,
a boner. It was hard like a rock. You know, like when you climb.
or he's saying, oh, this rock is hard like a boner.
No, but instead of jokes, like how can you make rock climbing funny? Just like a clown or something? A rock climbing clown?
You dress ridiculously. You make sounds that every time you grab the rock.
This sounds bad.
You can also, or do it naked too.
That's
like,
a real thing.
I can imagine Eric Andre doing it naked, rock climbing naked.
There's actually an old tradition in a place called the Gunk, where people rock climb naked. They've been doing it for like 45 years now.
Where's the Gunk?
It's in California, I think. I think it's in mid-northern California.
How about this? You have a
popular
butt plug that has a tail on it, like some kind of squirrel tail or something like that. So it's like you're climbing up this thing naked and it's got a tail. It's like you're some kind of squirrel or something like that.
I like that.
Or how about this? You climb up and in the middle of the rock, you go diarrhea or something. I don't know.
That's actually one of my fantasies. You know that?
Is to go diarrhea on a rock?
To be in like a rock climbing harness, like 70, 100 feet up, naked, and just let a huge shit spray out.
But it'll almost be like a volcano, Yeah. It's like adding a volcano to this mountain,
Have you seen Jackass 3?
Yeah.
Remember that part with the train set?
How'd I go?
Where Dave England
did it. Yeah, the volcano.
Yeah, that to me, I love that. I freaking love that. I don't know why that's so satisfying. Something about that's it's like weirdly satisfying and the most gross. It's fucking gross. It's terrible.
Yeah, so imagine somebody shows up. He's gonna do a set at the Comedy Wall, right?
Yeah.
And the crowd is down there, and he starts climbing, and he's naked, and he just lets a diarrhea rip. And it lands on the crowd, and they're all like laughing. They're like, they love it.
And the name of this comedian is Pemberton.
You know what? Another way they can make jokes is they can say, "Oh, look at this! What is this? Sean Connery? What is this? The Rock here?" They make jokes like that,
They're like they have a headset mic while they're climbing.
Right? Yeah. He's like, "Okay, this one's Sean Connery. This one is Johnson. What's that guy's name? Johnson."
Did you guys see Free Solo?
Yes.
That guy is like the guy where I think he's never laughed.
Yeah, he's like the most humorless.
Yeah.
Like seems like a nice guy.
Ever.
But
seems like who isn't a nice guy? If you don't attack me when I meet you, you're a nice guy.
True.
Nice guy. Nice guy.
Ever get revenge on a bully?
True, that's a good one. I don't know. Have you guys ever had like a real bully?
Have you ever had a bully?
I don't think I've ever had a real bully.
Definitely had. Well, I had a bully in elementary school. A couple of bullies.
What was your bully like in elementary school?
Well, there was a lot of bullies in elementary school, but one of them I recall. I feel like I talked about this already, but he had a big afro, and
everybody say he had a big ass. He had a big ass.
He had this nice, like plump, juicy looking butt. It looked good.
Big ass.
And he goes, yeah, he used to just torture me in the bathroom, and he and his buddies, one time they picked me up and they held me over the toilet and put my face really close. They didn't touch it, thankfully, but there was a big, nasty white poo in the toilet.
A white poo?
Those white poos? Where they're partially white?
Those are rare. That's a rare poo.
There was a big poo in the toilet, and they held my body over it. They were saying they were going to put my face in it, but they didn't, fortunately. But yeah, that guy bullied me, and I told my parents, and my dad came to the school. And he talked to the kid, and he was nice to him. He just said he kind of was very respectful to him, and the guy stopped bullying me after that. I mean, my dad didn't say anything threatening to him or anything like that. He just, anyway. That was the end of that bully. But
The white poo is a great detail to that.
I had a lot of bullies though in elementary school.
I've never had a real bully. I've had some people do bully behavior, and I have fought back. Yeah, but that's easy. You just give it to them. You just give them a little taste of their own medicine.
No, you kind of like smile at them, and like if somebody's being a bully, you just act like they're joking. Like Johnny, be a bully for me.
That's a good idea.
That hat's pretty freaking stupid. Blue hat with yellow letters. Stupid ass hat. Dumb hat. What are you, like a dumb hat guy?
That's great. That's great. You're good.
Laughing at me? You're freaking laughing at me right now.
Good.
So you think, you're gonna laugh at me, Doug? Huh? Here's an idea, Doug. Why don't you laugh at this?
That's hilarious. You punched me. Man, you're so good. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
am
okay.
good.
Obviously, it's not going to work if they're punching you.
Well, no. But maybe he wasn't punching you. He was just making that gesture.
I am good at straight up licking your mom's cooter in the morning for breakfast.
That's good. Where do you come up with this
really
stuff,
funny.
dude?
I pretty much have seen your mom's cooter.
Oh, I thought of a funny.
Here, do it to me.
I'll do it to
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like a real bully, like someone like an adult would do. You know, like
Okay,
something
go
like
ahead.
like an asshole like person would say.
Yeah. Bully me, go.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of something real quick. I mean, I could just go basic and be like,
Pretend you guys work together. Like you guys have the same office job.
"Hey, Brent, yeah, I saw your comedy special.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot of laughs. It was pretty bad. You ever gonna do
That's
something
funny.
funny?
That's funny. That is funny. Thanks for watching it.
I have a good one, actually. I have a really good one. I got a great
was
one.
that?
Ready? Bully me. Ready? Check it out. This is a great one. Bully me.
Man,
Yeah,
that
nice.
That shirt is so. What's up with the collar? Why is it all sticking up? It looked like some kind of Dracula or something like that.
Wait, so I'm sorry. I said it again. I just couldn't hear you. What was that?
You look like some kind of Dracula or something like that.
I'm so sorry. It's just so loud because the machines. What? Say it one more time.
You look like Dracula.
I look like I just lost the last part. What was that?
Dracula.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. I have to go, but good luck with everything. Okay.
I want to suck your blood.
What? You better suck your ass on away from here.
I want to suck your blood.
Then I do this and I fix it.
Johnny, you can't. How are you gonna do that? If it's like face to face, if someone's
just
like, "Hey,
do it.
bro, you parked too close to my car. What's up?"
You just
What's
go.
up, fool?
What? What do you mean? And they go, you parked too close. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't understand. But good luck with that. And you can leave. No, you parked too fucking close. And I say, I'm sorry, I just don't understand what that means. But I have to go pick up my daughter. So
Okay, what if a guy says this? Hey, you
You
just
just
walked
say,
in-
"I gotta go pick up my daughter."
daughter?
To any bully about
I have to
anything.
go pick up my daughters now. So good luck with that, buddy.
Wait, Brent, bully me.
Dude, you look like some kind of little shrimp, man. What's up?
I gotta go pick up my daughter. Have a good one, man.
Guys, I got bullied in the airport when I was traveling during coronavirus. I was traveling in October to do this movie, and I was in. I think I was in. I don't know where I was. I had to make a transfer right in Utah. I was going to Oklahoma, and I was in line at Shake Shack. You know how you're supposed to be distant from people, right? Like everyone knows that. It's the middle of the fucking pandemic. You're supposed to be distant in line. This family of like 4 people. It was like a son, probably like an older teenage son, maybe older than that, like a middle school kid and 2 parents. I think they were probably foreign. The parents were for sure, because I heard them speaking a different language.
They were making fart noises.
No, they were just talking, right?
No, I
But
mean because they were foreign. You know, I was like,
Well, they were speaking a language I think was probably some Eastern European language. I wasn't sure.
yeah, with like some noises and stuff.
Yeah, definitely some fart noises
That's
in
what I
there.
was trying.
And they were really close to me, right? The line was moving, and they kept being super close. I'm like, I don't want them to be super close to me, because even though we have masks on, it's like I just don't feel comfortable in the airport
Right.
of all places.
Of course.
And I said, excuse me, would you mind just keeping the distance? And the guy, the younger, I don't know, sort of adult boy was like, okay, buddy. And I was like, that was so condescending and mean to say, okay, buddy, to me. I'm like, fuck you, man.
You should have went to him, buddy. That's funny.
But the problem is you got a mask on. You can't do this kind of nuanced stuff. You know what I mean?
You do it with your eyes. You got to make your eyes look like they're laughing. Like this. Like
I didn't know. I froze up. I didn't have anything to retort with. Because he said, when you say okay, buddy, it shuts someone down so fast. You just go, okay, buddy, got it, yeah.
Oh,
sure,
maybe
buddy.
you could have just said, thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
just
buddy.
Throw it back at him. Like. Yeah. Thanks, you, buddy.
Wait, say it to me.
Excuse me, could you please
No, I'm gonna you be the other guy. I'll be like,
Okay.
excuse me, sir, can you keep your distance here at the Shake Shack?
Yeah, okay, buddy.
I have to pick up my daughter.
Okay, buddy. Fine.
No, it's like this. Do it to me, actually.
Hey,
Hey, can you keep your distance, please?
okay, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna go pick up my daughter, buddy.
Wait, do it to me again. Ready?
I don't know.
Hey, could you keep your distance, please? I just want to, keep distance.
Okay, buddy.
Hey, I'm about to go drop my kids off at the pool, if you know what I mean.
No, it's like this. It's like this. Do it to me, actually.
Hey, can you keep your distance, please?
No. I mean.
Oh, sorry.
No. Sorry. Can you keep your distance, actually?
Okay, buddy.
Okay, thanks. Because I'm gonna go drop my daughter off at the pool.
Oh, you mean take a huge shit, buddy? Okay, this guy's about to take a shit.
Well, yeah, no, I'm gonna drop my daughter off at the pool, and then I'm gonna pick her up.
Pick up her. My daughter is white. I don't know if you knew that, but she's white.
I gotta take my son to the pool, and basically I'm gonna take a blue shit.
I have to take my brown son to the pool. Yes, my son is brown. I have to pick him up.
Yeah.
Pooh is brown, guys. Pooh is brown.
My daughter is brown and a little bit white.
Can you imagine how like a tiger shit? It's like got white streaks.
Or
how
like
come
a
it's
skunk?
always got to be the same? How come poop has to be all one color? How come it's never like?
Oh, I documented a lot of poos, and I had this crazy poo that had a lot of different colors. It was really interesting.
Can you post it to
the different pieces were different colors.
Can you show us, please?
I could.
I would love to see it.
We're like at an hour now, so we could wrap up, and I could show this. I don't know if people want to see this. I mean, look.
No, we'll go for another 5 minutes, then we'll wrap it up.
I know, but I don't know if people want to see it. But I'll show you.
I don't want to see it.
I just
Maybe
asked.
after dark we can look at it, but
that's what I'm saying. After dark. Maybe.
You're
I
like
like
Joseph
these.
in the
I like these ways
Technicolor.
of like fighting back the bullies.
About Bullis.
I'm just trying to think of specific things that I've been bullied about. It's just
I got one. One.
Okay, just Brent belittle me in a way. Just say I'm not funny.
Yeah. Hey, Doug. Do you do comedy? 'Cause I'm not laughing.
Ho!
What?
You just do a little dance and go ho. You just do a little spin. You do a 360.
How about this one? Try this
Oh.
one. Try this one. Give it to me. Make fun of me or whatever. Belittle me.
Brent, you wear brown all the time. It's like, dude, you have no style, dude.
High five.
High five.
Well, I think your joke works too, Brent. The more for me joke works. That's such a good one.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Well, that could work for a lot of things. Like.
It really does.
Yeah, I said, hey, was that comedy? Because I wasn't laughing. All right, more for me.
All right, more for me. Have you guys heard the famous Bob Dylan one? I actually think about this a lot in real life. When
What
he's
is
being
it?
heckled on stage, people are saying like, "You suck. You're terrible." He goes, "I don't believe you." It's good. I don't believe you.
Funny. That is funny and weird. Yeah.
But it's like it's how you should think about it, right? You should be like, I don't believe your insult of me.
Oh, you mean he can't believe you're insulting me, or I don't believe the sentiment?
He's like, I don't believe the sentiment. Like, I have enough confidence in myself that I don't believe you talking trash about me and saying I suck. I don't believe it. It's not true.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. Yeah, it's more like that. Like, I don't believe you.
What
Like,
if you
you're
ask
wrong.
them, what if you kind of elaborate on, I mean, that's very simple and sweet, but here, criticize me in some way,
You suck and you stink, and I would avoid you at all costs.
Are you being totally honest when you say that?
Well, yeah.
I don't believe you.
Okay. Well, sorry.
How about
I like asking a question, because like
how about
I've been in arguments with people, or just kind of like sensitive discussions, and then I bring something important up, and then they just come back with a question, and it's like so annoying. You just throw a question back at them, like bully me a little bit.
You suck so bad is hardcore.
Suck a ball.
What are you doing after this?
I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with it at all.
Yeah, like almost like you.
Or it could be like,
they're...
what did you? Is that the first thing you? Is that the first time you've noticed? I don't know, just a confusing question that they'll be like, wait, what?
How about give me one? Here, say something to me. Bully me.
Brian, I'm sorry, but your videos just aren't funny.
How come?
Well, I didn't laugh at it.
Okay, why?
Well, they were just weird. It just didn't make any sense. It was like, why is this funny?
What about it didn't make sense?
Yeah, you make it like a big chore for them to like respond. What about it specifically?
Yeah, what about it specifically?
That's cool. Maybe you could send me a letter about it. Will that be okay? Here, let me give you this address. If you could just send it in writing, please.
Wait, hold on. Watch this. Answer the question again.
Answer it?
I mean, keep going. Like, why? Why? What about it wasn't funny?
Oh, what's not funny about it?
No. I'm saying that to you. You say it. I'm saying to you, what's not funny about it? Tell me.
Didn't make me laugh. Sorry.
What else?
Didn't make me chuckle.
Okay. Anything else? I'm just.
That's
really
about it. I mean, it's supposed to be funny, so like I was supposed to laugh and chuckle, and I didn't do either.
There's
Why?
only one response to this. It's just this. It's called the P and the F.
You mean not actually doing it, but just doing the gesture and the sound effect?
Yeah, also making the sound.
You know those movies? I think I mentioned it last episode a little bit, but like Palm Springs or Groundhog Day, where people keep living these same lives and stuff.
Palm Springs.
It came out last year. It's like one of those, somebody's stuck in a day and they keep waking up and reliving that day.
I gotta look this up now.
Andy Samberg and Christina Miliadis, I think.
Andy Samberg, it sounded like.
Oh, cool. Sounds fun.
Samberg.
Anyway.
Melody.
There should be a hardcore one where a guy, like, he confronts all his bullies and he, like, puts a gun in his mouth and blows his head off every time somebody bullies.
Oh, boy.
You mean he keeps killing himself in front of the bully? Like, look what you made me do! Look what you made me do!
Yeah, ultimate.
Are you happy now? I'm dying.
Be kind of funny.
Look what you made me do. Like Huck Finn.
Did Huck Finn do that?
Maybe it was Tom Sawyer. Remember he faked his death and he
right.
finds that the girl he likes is like, oh, I wish Huck was still here. And she's like, it's like, hey, remember when you said you wish I was still alive? Here I am. I'm still alive. And she gets all pissed at him and won't SSD. That's the original Huck Finn, is about a kid trying to get his DS. It's an adventure of a man and a boy, and they're both just trying to get a good old S-ing of the D.
They're trying to get their Nintendo DS.
They're trying to get it wet. Back then, it was hard to get it wet. It's hard to get that drip on.
We should probably wrap this main episode up. I hope you had a good time, Johnny.
I had a great time. Always. It's fun. I mean, I think this is fun, obviously, but how long do you think it's going to be until we can do this in person?
When did you get a shot? You got a shot.
Yeah, but it still takes
do you
forever.
Do you have to take another one?
Yeah, I have to do another one, yeah.
How long till the next one?
I think it's about, it's 4 weeks. I think it's about, a couple weeks away. And even after that, you have to wait. You're supposed to wait until 2 weeks after the second one to do any kind of.
My friend told me, he's like, go to this place. I got my shot. And then I click on the link and it's like, are you a medical worker? Are you all this things that I'm not? And I'm like, I think people just lie now.
Oh, people are definitely lying. 100%.
I think people are lying, yeah.
People are 100% definitely lying, but I think a lot of times what they're doing is they're not lying. They're sort of like, I don't know, I have a W-2 from a job I did that could possibly be perceived as food service or something. And so they're presenting that as their excuse. And if you're the person giving the shot, if you work at CVS or something, you're not really in any position to question that. So you just do it. Also, I mean, you don't give a fuck if you're working there. I think it's those health clinics that are questioning people. And they actually have turned away a ton of people for falsifying that stuff.
I wonder if you can get in trouble.
I don't think you can get in trouble.
And you never get to get the vaccine ever.
I think
that would be it.
You know what they should do is like, if you get the vax and then they find out later, wait a second, they're auditing these people. Yeah. Hey, this guy's not really a child care worker. What the hell? They give you a rattlesnake to get a venom bite just to balance it out.
Or they get a guy with an empty syringe and he sticks in your arm and sucks it back out.
Yeah, they suck it back out.
We're taking it back.
We're using this on somebody who deserves it.
But I think everyone's gonna be able to get it pretty soon, though.
Yeah, I mean, some people, you can do this too. You can drive an hour or an hour and a half away to some place where it's easier to get. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people have done that, but to me, I'm not that desperate to get the vaccine. I feel like I can wait a couple months. Yeah, I've already waited as long as it is now. It's already been over a year doing it.
Also, stuff isn't going to change all that much because only some people. All that you do is if you really want to go with someplace with someone else who is also vaccinated, you can do it without masks and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to be able to go to a haircut place, Supercuts. Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm going to wait till I get vaccinated to do that. But
I want to go to a bar, baby.
Brent, you should let me cut your hair. But you cut it, and I'll kind of direct. I'll be like, no, move the scissors over. Okay, snip.
Oh, you mean over Zoom?
Over Zoom. I'm watching. Yeah.
And
that's an interesting idea, actually, to have somebody tell you how to do it.
Okay, go down 1 inch, pull the hair out, and snip.
Wow, that was completely in sync, the two of you.
Snip.
And
snip.
Snip. Snip.
Snip. It's not worth it to me to drive an hour or an hour and a half to be a couple months sooner, you know what I mean, or something like that.
Okay, before we wrap it up, let me just run past you guys this new concept I've been thinking about called reverse gaslighting.
Oh, this sounds bad.
No, it's good. It's like it's kind of like convincing someone that they came up with a good idea, that they didn't come up with an idea. It's like instead of making someone think that they're crazy and a bad person, you just make them believe that they're a good person.
There's a name for that, Doug.
I think that's Hollywood.
It's called blowing smoke. Right?
I think it's called a lot of Hollywood, and what we see end up being
totally
TV shows and movies, right?
Oh my God, that's so great. We love you. We love what you're doing here. It's so good. That's so great.
Okay, well, my bit doesn't work, and this episode ends on a sour note because it's not that funny of a thing.
But Doug, you know what though? It's still kind of funny though.
Doug, that was actually a great idea. I think it's really good.
It's still funny though. Here, let's see it. Act it out.
That's a great idea.
Let's act it out. Here, let's do an act out.
Honestly,
right? It's different than what you guys are talking about. It's not blowing smoke.
Do you want to come in for a general?
It's something like this. Like,
all right, Doug, I've got a TV show idea. You ready? You're gonna do this to me, okay? I got a TV show. It's basically about this guy who, every episode, he just stands in front of a mirror and he makes different faces and stuff.
Okay. Wait, what am I doing here?
You're supposed to be making it sound like I have a good idea.
No. Here's how reverse gaslighting works.
Oh.
Pretend. Okay, I'll act like I'm you, Brent, and I'm wrapping up the show. I'll be like, all right, we had a great episode. Thank you, Johnny and Brent. All right, and Doug, you had that great idea about the gangster haunted house. I think that's really good. Right, Doug?
Huh.
Great idea.
You mean I'm making it sound like the other person had the idea?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
Oh, this is okay. It did not make
get it.
sense to me what you were saying earlier. Okay. No, actually, this is what I just. Okay, interesting. So does this work? I say. So do you guys? Anyway, great show. Did you guys like my idea for the reverse gaslighting thing?
Yeah, Brent, that was such a good idea. I think that one's.
Thanks.
That was really
So
good.
in a way, you're kind of gaslighting a person. If I'm here, if I'm the third person, you're gaslighting the third person. It's like, wait, I'm pretty sure that Brent came up with that idea. And you're like,
right.
oh no. So it is a form of gaslighting. It's just like a third person
You make the
gaslighting.
third person.
Yeah.
It's like positive gaslighting in a way. Okay, well, let's say it's not, like, or let's say there's only two people involved. You know what's kind of interesting, Johnny, by the way?
What's that?
The microphone is obviously doing the green screen thing or whatever.
Oh, it is?
If you put your head in front of the microphone or back of it, no, sorry, the other way. It's almost like you're getting behind the tree, sort of. No, not now, but it was doing. No, not now. Now, right there. Look at that. It's like you're behind the tree, kind of. It's kind of
Oh,
No, here's how the reverse gaslighting came about, because I was making a patio in my backyard with my friend Robbie, and we were pouring all this concrete. And like when you're doing something like that, it's like, oh, put it in the wheelbarrow like this and flip it over that way. And then I started like doing this thing where I'm like, yeah, like I said, like he would have an idea and I'd be like, yeah, that's what I said. Kind of like as a joke, like it's my idea. But then we started flipping it. It would be like, it's just hard to explain. You kind of had
is
to
this
be
guy
there.
your son? Would you describe him as your?
And did you drop him off at the pool, or
Is this your? Would you say he dropped them off at the pool to do his work?
I like this idea, Doug. I really do. I understand it better.
Say you're joking around at a table and it's like, like we're joking around and you act like the other guy came up with a big funny bit.
Right. It's your own bit too.
It's a selfish act. Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. Yeah. It doesn't even need to be an
Selfless
idea.
act.
It's not even just an idea. It's something that you do too. You could have say I got flowers for
Algernon?
for Algernon, right? And then I said, and Doug, you're with me, I say, Doug, right? And I go like, and I say, here's the flowers for Algernon. So we meet up with Algernon. He's like, and we're leaving. And then I say, and he says, thanks guys for coming. I say, yeah. And, enjoy Doug's flowers too.
Yeah.
Something like that, and then Doug is thinking to himself, I think you actually did that.
It's just a way to build other people up instead of yourself.
And I say, no, Doug, you bought the flowers. You went to the flower shop and you bought the flowers for Algernon.
That kind of sounds like a thing that you do in a romantic comedy where it's like, I'm trying to help you out, man. Like I'm trying to be your wingman. You're like,
well, no, but what if you just act
like
completely
Dave? That was really nice of you to buy Crystal those shoes that she wanted. And he's like, I didn't get. Oh yeah. Do you like them? Oh my god, I love them. I totally want to S your D. And he's like, see, man, I'm looking out for you, bro. Looking out for you.
It is really like making them think they're crazy, though. It's like, you don't remember going to the flower shop and getting the flowers?
It's not one of those things where it's like, don't you remember going to the flowers? Don't you remember going to the flower shop?
One guy's intention is to help him like romantically, So Doug has a crush on Algernon. All right, and then
what about Crystal? I think Crystal probably.
Well, but Algernon, the flowers for Algernon.
Okay.
And then Nick, aka Crystal, Crystal Algernon, and he goes, and then he's like, you don't remember? You went to the flower store and you bought the flowers for Crystal Algernon, and then you don't get that I'm trying to help you out, and instead you go home and have an existential crisis, or you just start to go crazy because
no. Here's the point of my exercise. Say you got a bully or someone who's just an asshole, just like a not a thoughtful person. You do the things that you wish they did, and then slowly convince them, oh, remember when you said thank you to that guy at the restaurant? Remember when you left that nice 20% tip? Remember when you held the door open?
Crazy. This is getting crazy.
They start to, no, it's a way to reform bullies. Then they start to think, oh, I did do that. And then they start really doing it. This is a bully reform system.
Oh, but you don't think they're going to go crazy and think, I think I'm losing my mind. I'm doing things that I didn't.
Look, they probably will. Look, it's just a thought exercise here. But
hey, you know what?
That's one way to, if you got someone who's a real jerk, maybe make them think that they're not, and then they'll start to behave right.
I like it.
Okay, well, that's
see you later. See you next week.
That's the end of the show. See you next week.
I like it.